Center membership special. The entire month of October, receive 10% off any paid-in-full membership. Only you can take care of you. Don't put it off. Stop at the Mavs today and get started.
This is the Morning Sports Desk for Friday, October 6th. Corey, we have a lot to talk about here today, and we have Wadena Deer Creek Activities Director Norm Gallant. He is joining us on the line this morning as part of our Activities Director check around across central Minnesota. Hey, Norm, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. And,
hey,
Corey, let's start it out here.
Let's just dive right on into it. Norm, good morning. Had a big giant Park Region Conference volleyball match last night. And know that you hosted. What were the results of that match? And can you give us a little breakdown on what is another pretty darn good Wadena Deer Creek volleyball team?
And now, Norm, let's switch gears here. Let's talk a little football. Obviously, it's homecoming week, a big week for WDC football, hosting Walker Hackensack Akeley tonight. Just what's it been like for the football team this year? Obviously, you know them pretty well being on the coaching staff.
With 2 minutes left to preserve a 12-8 win. And, we played really well. We haven't been healthy. We've been without our starting quarterback the last couple of weeks. And, we're really – this week we're clicking. We've got people healthy, so we're really looking forward to seeing what we can do as we enter a tough stretch of games with Walker Hackensack Akeley, then perennial power with Breckenridge, and then a very good Staples Motley team at the end of the season. So, again, we're looking to keep playing good defense like we have all year, and just get the offense clicking, and like I said, keep everybody healthy.
Looking at both volleyball and football, Norm, obviously, I believe there was some moving around for both teams with section play. Both of those sections, I would imagine, for everybody in them, be it volleyball or football, probably feels like they're there for the taking. You kind of feel that way also?
Yeah, volleyball, we moved from Section 6AA, which is kind of everywhere to the south. This year, that section, and last year too, the power there is Pequot Lakes, and we took them to the wire last year. But moving back up into 8AA, a little bit more wide open. I think right now Holly and East Grand Forks definitely the favorites, I would say, up there, but definitely not a number one ranked team like Pequot Lake. An interesting thing that they just did with Section 8AA is that's going to be seeded 1 through 14. So just looking at the QRF yesterday, we would be playing Warroad, which would be kind of an interesting first round matchup for Warroad to come to Wadena on a Tuesday night. But so we'll see how that shakes out. There's a lot of season left. And then football, football's a 5-team section this year. did some switching there again too. Right now, Osakis definitely would be the favorite, I would say. Followed by Pillager and Staples Motley, both really good football teams. Now we beat Pillager earlier in the year already, and then us and Monaga. So yeah, we just got to get playing well here at the end of the year, and yeah, I think we have a shot to do some things. Kudos to Staples Motley this year. They were an 0-9 team this year, and right now they're sitting at 4-1 and really, really playing well. We could see that coming last year because there was a lot of good athletes, just that they were 9th and 10th graders and not real big. But Coach Potter over there has got them in the weight room and believing in what they're doing, and they're doing a really nice job.
Norm, let's talk a little tennis program, Wadena Deer Creek Tennis and Coach Fienmeyer. And, it's end of season stuff happening for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Today is the section seating meeting, so we'll know where we sit in that section, both as teams and individuals, singles and doubles. And that's a really interesting section because Section 8-2A has 5 teams ranked in the state right now. So just going to be a real dogfight. And if you enjoy tennis, it's going to be an exciting section tournament. Coach and I were kind of looking at things last night, and, it looks like we're probably, I think we're like number 11 in the state, and I think we'll be seeded 6th in the section. So
wow.
It speaks to the quality of what we have in this section. So, I think that too, like you said, obviously Staples Motley, they're the favorite. They've got just a great tennis program and have had a great season. But I think there's just opportunity for any one of those top 6 teams to knock each other off. And I don't know that it's going to be 1 versus 2 in the final. So.
And Norm, we'll switch gears here. Let's talk a little Wadena Deer Creek cross country. Obviously, team having another successful season. The girls team and boys both having some good runners here. They just competed in Holly last night. But what's that been like for the WDC cross country team?
Yeah, Mike and Terry just do a great job with both the boys and the girls program. So they went up to that big meetup in Grand Forks, the border battle, and both teams ran really well. And like you said last night up at Holly, the girls were 6th out of 25, and the boys were 11th out of 21. Like all season, our girls were really bunched up, and what's interesting to me with our girls is we don't have that number 1 runner that is just far and away better than everybody else. We just have a pack of Wolverines that kind of are always running together, and it seems like every race that I look at, this girl is our top runner. So that's kind of a neat thing to have. And when you get into the big meets like the section, I think that's what makes for a team to have an opportunity to go to the state tournament. So it's going to be fun to watch them at the end of the year, and our boys also much improved from last year, and again, just kind of a group of Wolverines. Grant Nelson has kind of established himself as that number 1, but boy, that 2, 3, 4, 5 is kind of all in a bunch, and guys like Peyton Lehman, Cooper Damlow, Isaac Hepner, they just kind of keep getting better, and it's fun to see Coach Brunsberg and Olsen really do a great job of just celebrating the little things every week and looking at their PRs and just the improvement throughout the years. So that they're going to be running their best as it gets cold here. We always seem to, and all I had to do was schedule a homecoming parade, and here we go from 90 last week to 50 this week.
Well, Norm, before I let you get out of here, anything else going on at Wadena Deer Creek, activities or otherwise, that you want to make sure you mention?
Sure. Just a shout out to our varsity football cheerleaders. They've done a great job this year supporting the football team, and I've got about 12 girls that are really excited to cheer every week. And We've got our homecoming parade today at 2 o'clock and coronation today at 10 o'clock. Wadena loves a parade. We've got about 30 units, so it'll be a nice long parade right down Main Street. You'll see all of our students and activities kind of represented, and it's a fun day. It's kind of stressful getting everything organized and then worrying about if it's going to snow or rain or whatever. But, we made it through, and I think it'll be a great day. And kind of kudos to, we've got Grandma Leona Porter that is going to be our Grand Marshal. And she has been a part of WDC schools every day for over 50 years. And she's on all of our kids, and is such a kind woman, and we're just so glad that she's a part of our school. So really excited about that.
WDC Activities Director Norm Gallant joining us on the morning sports desk this morning. Hey, Norm, great to chat with you. We'll let you go and enjoy homecoming, and we'll catch you next time. That's Norm Gallant, Activities Director at Wadena Deer Creek. If you missed any part of this interview, you can catch it tomorrow morning right here on KWAD, Wolverines Weekly, and you can hear that again. Corey, let's talk a little bit of what we got going on tonight quickly, and then we'll see what we can mention here. So on our broadcast schedule for the Superstation K106, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff, Walker Hackensack Akeley at Wadena Deer Creek, as Norm previewed for us a little bit there. And then over on 98.5 FM, The Fan, AM 1430, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff, Parker's Prairie at Staples Motley. Tyler Grunwald on the call for that one.
Should be 2 competitive football games on our airwaves tonight. I think it's going to be fun. Here's what's not going to be competitive football games this weekend. The Gophers play Michigan.
Yes.
And the Vikings play Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
Do either of them have a chance to win? If one of them does, which one is it?
It's the Vikings, because at least they're a professional football team. And look, I'm a PJ Fleck defender, but in big games, he just tends to be like, well, let's just lose by not a lot. So he'll try and run the ball, and he'll be okay with losing by 3 touchdowns.
Fascinating take. That's a fascinating take there, because I think I could argue that in big games is when he's his best.
He is, but then I think of like the Penn State game last year and the whiteout game when he just refused to pass the ball.
That was a problem.
Or the Iowa game when he refused to pass the ball. So
that was a big game, but there was also Auburn. There was every bowl game that he's ever played in.
No,
Wisconsin. I'm just saying.
I get you there, but Auburn is like 4 years ago now.
That still counts.
Yeah,
right?
It does.
So I'm just saying. I'm fascinated by that. I don't necessarily disagree with you. To me, his problem has always been what I would consider the insignificant games, like Bowling Green or Northwestern. Those have always been, I felt like, the biggest bugaboo in his overall coaching resume.
It's amazing for a guy that's as buoyant and as like out in your face as PJ Fleck is, for him to be such a conservative head coach, like on the field.
So conservative. And I was talking with Jared yesterday, and Jared's a Michigan Wolverines fan.
Our sales guy, Jared. Yeah.
And he, I was telling him, it's so fascinating because the style that PJ likes to play football is so on the opposite end of the spectrum of his personality. It's surprising. It just doesn't fit at all. It doesn't fit at all, that personality. It's strange to watch, and they're very uninteresting to watch.
Right. It's boring.
It's beyond boring. It's uninteresting and predictable.
Right, exactly. So as the Vikings play the defending champs, as the Gophers play the defending Big Ten champs, the Twins take on the defending World Series champs in the Houston Astros.
Let's go.
Corey, what are your expectations for the series?
I don't have any. I really like this Twins team. We've talked about them all year long. They've fixed all the things we wanted them to fix since the first half. They're fun. This is fun. I see no reason why this series shouldn't be a competitive, fun series.
It should be. The Twins are either going to take it to 5 games or they'll lose in 3. That's my there's no in the middle. There is no in the middle. at this point.
I'll say the Twins in 4.
Twins in 4, Blazers in 6. It's that kind of.
Let's go.
Go Twins though. So
2:45 pregame, by the way, tomorrow, with a 3:45 first pitch on KWAD.
All right.
I gotta go.
There goes Corey Tackman. It is Friday, October 6th. This has been the Morning Sports Desk. Be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find our episodes online at WDenaRadio.com or on the KWAD Facebook page.
Minnesota News Network, I'm Brent Palm. The Minnesota Twins